En recientes imágenes de entrenamiento, Oleksandr Usyk luce absolutamente increíble, como ningún otro boxeador. Sus métodos de entrenamiento son tan únicos e inusuales que agudizan su visión a un nivel extremo. Es como si pudiera ver cada golpe antes de que siquiera aterrice. Sus movimientos son controlados, enfocados y casi irreales. Este enfoque poco común en el entrenamiento es lo que lo hace tan difícil de golpear, y la razón por la que nadie en el ring lo encuentra fácil de doblegar. Muchos dudaron de su durabilidad y cuestionaron si podría mantener el dominio contra pesos pesados más jóvenes y fuertes. Oleksandr Usyk entró en la revancha con Daniel Dubois bajo un intenso escrutinio. Pero en lugar de mostrar vacilación, Usyk ofreció una clase magistral que dejó a los críticos en silencio. Su timing, juego de pies y compostura fueron inigualables durante toda la pelea. Rus Amber señaló que Usyk llegó a este combate con algo que probar, y el ucraniano hizo exactamente eso. Controló el ritmo, desmanteló a Dubois con precisión y mostró al mundo que sus habilidades siguen siendo de élite. La actuación no fue solo una victoria. Fue una declaración de que Usyk permanece en la cima de la división de peso pesado.
Listen, bro, I don't have motivation, I have discipline. Motivation, it's temporary. Today, for example, today you have motivation, tomorrow wake up early, you don't have motivation. But when I wake up early morning training, I never have motivation. I have only discipline, because when I wake up, my team too wake up and we go to training. Motivation need only amateur sportsman, not not professional, yeah. Amateur too, it's professional, yeah, in boxing. But who do work 3 times in a week, you know, maybe 3. But I don't have motivation. I today not go to training. No, bro, I don't know. Motivation is good, but discipline is be better.
Pero ese fue el golpe, solo que tuvo el resultado equivocado. Lo convirtió en un hombre muy peligroso. Y sabes, podías ver lo intenso que era su deseo de salir al ataque. E incluso cuando lanzaba golpes al principio de la pelea, cuando lanzaba contragolpes, nunca lo había visto golpear con ese tipo de malas intenciones, como solía decir Mike Tyson. La grandeza de Usyk va más allá del boxeo. En la cima de su carrera, Oleksandr Usyk tomó la audaz decisión de servir a su país cuando estalló la guerra en Ucrania. Mientras otros podrían haberse retirado a la seguridad, Usyk asumió la responsabilidad de defender su patria. Este sacrificio le valió un inmenso respeto en casa y demostró que no solo lleva el orgullo de un campeón, sino también el coraje de un patriota. Su viaje de ser pasado por alto por algunos boxeadores y fanáticos británicos a ser ahora reconocido globalmente como un boxeador único en una generación, dice mucho. No exigió respeto. Se lo ganó con sus puños y su corazón. El compromiso de Usyk en la guerra comenzó cuando se alistó en las fuerzas de defensa territorial ucranianas después de la invasión rusa. Su decisión de luchar por Ucrania ha tenido un profundo impacto en el país, convirtiéndolo en un símbolo de esperanza y resistencia. La presencia de Usyk en el frente ha impulsado la moral del ejército ucraniano y de la población civil por igual. Carl Froch reconoció abiertamente el constante ascenso de Usyk en el dominio. Con cada pelea, Usyk parece más refinado, físicamente más fuerte y tácticamente más agudo. Froch señaló que Joseph Parker no representaría una amenaza real considerando sus derrotas pasadas y vulnerabilidades, especialmente en comparación con el desafío que presenta Usyk. Froch incluso sugirió que Usyk podría considerar retirarse pronto dada todo lo que ha logrado. Ha conquistado múltiples divisiones, defendió sus títulos y se estableció como el mejor de su era. Enfrentarse a alguien como Moses Itauma no añadiría nada nuevo a su legado. La opinión de Froch refleja un sentimiento que muchos comparten. Usyk no tiene nada más que probar.
Heavier tonight than what it was when he beat Fury, which I said earlier. He just looks like a big, solid heavyweight, big, solid, dangerous heavyweight, but I'd like to see him retire. He's 38 years old. Eventually, it's going to catch up with him, the age, and there's nothing left to do. He's made an absolute fortune, and he don't need it anymore. He's done it. He's clocked it. He's completed it. It's like he's got the cheat code, and it's like it's not fair on everybody else. So I'd like to see Usyk retire. Let me know in the comments who you'd like to see him fight next. Somebody like Moses Atoma, I just don't think is going to be ready. I think if you're managing Moses, you need to take your time with him. You can't be chucking him in there. And people say, yeah, chuck him in there with him, fight him, see how he goes. If he gets beat, he's lost to Usyk. But it could destroy his soul. It could take away that young, promising prospect that Atoma is. He could have a good future. And to fight somebody like Usyk now, if he got wiped out and got disheartened, it could be the end of his career. So I just think Usyk now, really, nobody can say anything to Usyk if he retires now after that win. He's done everything there is to do. Fury twice, AJ twice, now Dubois twice. There's nobody else left to beat. He's done it. Usyk should just hang the gloves up. He's been a fantastic addition to the heavyweight division since coming up from cruiserweight. He's been absolutely brilliant, and what he did tonight against Dubois was nothing short of just... He made it look easy, and I don't want to disrespect Daniel Dubois, but he just made it look easy, and he does make rounds look easy, doesn't he? Whoever is in with, whether he's in with Tyson Fury, whether he's in with AJ, he makes it look easy.
Nadie puede decirle nada a Usyk si se retira ahora después de esa victoria. Ha hecho todo lo que hay que hacer. 2 veces a Fury, 2 veces a Anthony Joshua, ahora 2 veces a Dubois. No queda nadie más a quien vencer. Lo ha logrado. Usyk debería colgar los guantes. Ha sido una adición fantástica a la división de peso pesado desde que subió de peso crucero. Ha sido absolutamente brillante, y lo que hizo esta noche contra Dubois fue simplemente... lo hizo parecer fácil. Y no quiero faltarle el respeto a Daniel Dubois, pero simplemente lo hizo parecer fácil y hace que los asaltos parezcan fáciles. Con quien quiera que esté, ya sea con Tyson Fury o con AJ, lo hace parecer fácil. El nombre de Joseph Parker sigue circulando como un posible próximo oponente para Usyk, pero pocos creen que sería una verdadera prueba. La mayoría lo ve como un desajuste basado en estilos y experiencia. Ade Oladipo ofreció una idea alternativa, trayendo de vuelta a Derek Chisora para un segundo combate. Su razonamiento tenía poco que ver con la competencia y más con el espectáculo. Chisora es conocido por hacer que cada pelea se sienta como un evento, independientemente del resultado. Su estilo rudo, energía cruda y artimañas promocionales podrían generar expectación. Sin embargo, desde un punto de vista competitivo, ni Parker ni Chisora parecen equipados para realmente inquietar a Usyk en su forma actual.
Then, well, here it is. Here's your world title shot. You're going to fight for a world title, right? But if you're Joseph Parker, and I spoke to Andy Lee, it isn't just a case of fighting for a world title. You want to fight the #1 for the world title, and that guy is Alexander Usyk. So, yeah, there must be loads of conversations going on right now. Loads of conversations. I did say this the other day, and I don't know, sometimes I'm like, you know, when I was in the ring and I was interviewing Alexander Usyk, I was desperate because of my love for Joseph Parker. I was desperate for Joseph Parker to get, I know he got in the ring after, but I'm talking about on the zone. So whilst everyone is still in the stadium and everyone's still tuned in, I was desperate for him to kind of just jump in the ring. I was desperate for him to do it. Chisora was trying to do it. So Chisora knows how to play the game. And as much as people are like, what's Chisora doing? Chisora won't get the fight, but that's kind of what you got to do. And I know people are like, well, 1 second, it's not like that. It's ranking. Well, no, it's not though, is it? Because, again, Alexander Usyk can vacate the belt. He can say no. You have to kind of do what Daniel Dubois did last time. Daniel Dubois, rightly or wrongly, got in the ring, pissed Usyk off. Usyk's like, okay, we'll if fuck it. If this is what you're doing, dude, we'll fight. And I felt like there was a time where I wanted Joseph Parker to almost nudge me. And I'm telling you now, you know, we're kind of told not to give the mic. I don't know if you see, I always hold on to the mic. I would have given Joseph Parker the mic. And I would like Joseph Parker, because there's a mean side to Joseph Parker. I think everyone sees the friendly side. I've seen the mean side. And I wanted Joseph Parker to say, I want my shot. You've been ducking me. All these things might not be true, but do it. Sell it. The crowd would have gone a bit wild, right? Because I think a lot of the crowd want Joseph Parker to get his shot. But that's not what happened. And all of a sudden, you're seeing Jake Paul in the ring doing a face-off. You're seeing all these, and I'm like, where's Joseph Parker? Where are you, Joseph?
No es sorprendente que algunos hayan comenzado a trazar comparaciones entre Usyk y Muhammad Ali. Si bien sus estilos son diferentes, la esencia de grandeza que representan se siente familiar. Ambos poseen un nivel de inteligencia en el ring que va más allá del talento natural. Confunden a los oponentes no solo con golpes, sino con ritmo, desorientación y estrategia. La capacidad de Usyk para leer una pelea, adaptarse y desmantelar a su retador refleja los mismos rasgos que hicieron de Ali una leyenda. La comparación no se trata de fama o legado, sino de su maestría en el boxeo como forma de arte. Muestra cuán profundamente se siente la presencia de Usyk en esta era.
Interesting heavyweight division, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys thought of Usyk's performance, where he ranks on the all-time list. I know, everybody was big into their nostalgia, but remember, Soviets were not turning pro until the 90s, and I think that makes a big difference. That's another thing. Heavyweights are bigger. Lefties are more common now, and also the Soviet era of fighters did not start turning pro until the 90s. So the old days, they didn't have to deal with those guys. So a lot of things that also favor Usyk being a GOAT. But of course, man, it's hard to pick against Ali being the GOAT.
Roy Jones Jr. compartió su genuina sorpresa por lo a fondo que Usyk desmanteló a Daniel Dubois. Si bien Dubois es conocido por su poder y tamaño, Jones señaló que su plan de juego era demasiado básico para lidiar con alguien tan técnicamente sólido y mentalmente agudo como Usyk. En opinión de Jones, la fuerza bruta por sí sola nunca será suficiente. Para vencer a Usyk, un peso pesado necesita más que músculo. Necesitan estrategia, inteligencia y adaptabilidad constante. Usyk estudia a sus oponentes como un maestro de ajedrez, leyendo patrones y explotando los hábitos más pequeños con precisión quirúrgica. Jones enfatizó que a menos que un boxeador tenga una estrategia casi perfecta, simplemente no sobrevivirá en el ring con Usyk. Esta opinión tiene peso viniendo de una leyenda como Roy, pero también muestra la enorme brecha entre los buenos pesos pesados y los verdaderamente de élite. El análisis de Roy Jones Jr. es brutalmente honesto, pero acertado. Usyk no solo gana peleas, sino que desarma mentalmente a sus oponentes. Cualquier peso pesado que piense que la potencia será suficiente ya se está preparando para el fracaso. Los comentarios de Roy resaltan una verdad más profunda. La verdadera fuerza de Usyk no son sus golpes, sino su mente. Por eso, incluso los observadores más agudos del boxeo a menudo quedan asombrados después de verlo actuar.
Under Usyk, what did you make of his display against Daniel Dubois last Saturday? It was something else, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it was, but it was nothing less than I expected, because if you make a guy quit with a jab, Spencer, you know this, if you make a guy quit with a jab, how is that guy ever going to beat you? You understand me? I mean, that's just what the real facts are. Not that the kid had got a little bit better. He got a little more confidence because he had a win over Joshua, which was good, but confidence is just not enough to beat a guy like Usyk. You got to have some technique. You got to have some grit. You can't lose him with a jab and think you're going to beat him. It's not going to work.
Well, you was a smaller guy that went up and won the world heavyweight title, one of the only ones to do that from middleweight up to heavyweight. You know, how does someone beat Alexander Usyk? Is it the smaller guy? Is it the guy that's coming up in the weight divisions, as opposed to the bigger heavyweights?
No, the bigger guys could beat him. You just got to have the right fight plan. None of these guys fighting with the right fight plan. And I'm not going to tell them the right fight plan because that's not my job to do. But you got to have the right fight plan to fight Usyk. If you don't have the right fight plan, he's going to destroy you.
Lo que realmente distingue a Usyk de muchos campeones es su mentalidad. Incluso después de convertirse en campeón unificado, permanece con los pies en la tierra. Nunca aborda una pelea pensando que es una victoria fácil. Sus preparaciones son intensas y enfocadas porque respeta a cada oponente. Esa humildad lo mantiene agudo. Mientras otros pueden volverse demasiado confiados después del éxito, Usyk trata a cada retador como una amenaza. Esta disciplina y fortaleza mental le permiten mantener la consistencia. No es que le falte orgullo, es que su orgullo reside en el trabajo, no en el resultado. Esa ética de trabajo es la razón por la que su rendimiento se mantiene de élite, sin importar a quién enfrente.
What are the dangers that Daniel Dubois brings to you this time?
Daniel, young guy. Daniel, dangerous every time because this guy have good punch and good boxing skill. But I must be careful because it's boxing. But I prepare for this fight.
Will you stop him this time, do you think, or will it go 12 rounds?
Listen, I prepare every time on 12th round because we with my coach, with my team, we prepare 12th round. But if I have chance, I do it.
Do you believe you will stop him?
Yes, of course.
La transformación de Usyk de rey del peso crucero a gobernante del peso pesado fue más que física. Fue una evolución mental y estratégica. No solo aumentó de tamaño, dominó una nueva categoría de peso ajustando su estilo sin perder su esencia. Vencer a Anthony Joshua 2 veces demostró que Usyk puede competir y superar a los nombres más grandes del boxeo. Pero lo que lo hace aún más admirable es su carácter fuera del ring. Pausar su carrera para defender Ucrania en tiempos de guerra dice mucho sobre su integridad. Es raro ver a un campeón sobresalir en el deporte mientras se mantiene firme en el deber y los valores.
Must go away and make the adjustments, do some learning, but that can only happen if he can let go of his dad. And I mean, when it comes to the boxing, the fact of the matter is, if his dad was good enough for the job, he would already be in his corner. Alexander Usyk, 3-time undisputed champion of the world, there's no doubt in my mind, he takes the #1 spot for pound. And not forgetting, at 2 different weights, and it's not just that, it's the fashion in which he does it, it's clinical. He cleaned up in the amateurs than the pros. He's just built different. He's been fighting the best, no questions asked, going into the lion's den time and time again. His wins are so clean, he's not in wars, he takes care of business, comes back like he's been to the shops, and amongst all of this, he's been to war. The way he carries himself is impeccable. I couldn't think of a better man, a person, to represent the sport of boxing. He's beaten the best at heavyweight, not once, but twice. AJ, Fury, and now Daniel Dubois. At this point, I just feel he should retire. He's got nothing to prove. And I felt this way after Fury 2, after beating Daniel at 38. What's left? Let me know what you think. Please let me know in the comment section. I love to read them. And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Los elogios de Paulie Malignaggi a Usyk se centraron en la naturaleza cerebral de su boxeo. A diferencia de muchos luchadores modernos que dependen de la potencia o de movimientos llamativos, Usyk pelea con una mezcla de inteligencia y timing. Su juego de pies es sutil, pero potente. Cada cambio de ángulo abre un nuevo espacio o niega al oponente la oportunidad de golpear limpiamente. Este movimiento calculado le permite desgastar a los oponentes sin siquiera necesitar un knockout. Utiliza el ritmo para crear confusión y el control espacial para dictar cada momento de la pelea. Malignaggi ve esto como el futuro del boxeo, donde la precisión y la disciplina superan la fuerza bruta, y Usyk está liderando ese futuro.
Hey man, stops him early. Was it 4 or 5? I don't even. I'm so caught up in the moment. I don't even know which round it was. It was 4 or 5, but man, it was in the first half of the fight. What a performance by Alexander Usyk, and a lot to discuss here, guys. A lot to break down here. First off, you know, Dubois much more successful in the first fight than the second fight. Was the wet ring, did the wet ring have anything to do with it? I saw in the post-fight interview, Dubois was asked about why he couldn't land his jab. What do you guys think? Was obviously Usyk's going to make some adjustments. I think the adjustments are going to be made in rematches, but did the wet ring, because I thought the wet ring had a big part to do with why Usyk had some trouble in that first fight. And you know, a wet ring hurts footwork guys more. I was a footwork guy. I've worked out sometimes in wet rings. It's frustrating. I've actually thrown temper tantrums in gyms over rings being too wet. So you know, I mean, back in the day, not now. But what I'm saying is, you know, to fight in a wet ring, that had to have some effect on Usyk and his footwork, because he's a footwork guy. And tonight, you just saw his footwork was stupendous, magnificent. Dubois tried to come out pressuring. But and what he tries to do, he tries to create that panic in you, because he's a puncher, so he tries to create that panic to where you start moving too much, and especially at an older Usyk, maybe he'll get tired out by moving too much. But Usyk keeps his steps, his moves so short, so tight, and because they're short and tight, they're not burning a lot of energy, number one, and number two, he's able to throw punches off those moves because they're in so tight that he doesn't really lose the punching distance and punching range, on top of always being well balanced when he makes that sidestep. He likes to make that sidestep a lot to the right-hander's weak side, and you know, he was doing that very, very well tonight. A lot of times he'll make that sidestep without punching. A lot of times he'll sidestep as he's throwing the left hand. Then he varies the left hand with a straight shot around the side. I think that's a really sneaky shot against opposing stances. I used to like to use it against southpaws as well. That wide right hand against southpaws. Obviously, the southpaw will like to use it against right-handers. Sometimes that wide left hand. Sometimes people say, "Oh, throw straight right hand against a southpaw." For a southpaw, throw straight left hand against a right-hander. But if you mix them and sometimes throw it wide, obviously calculating your distances correctly, it can have a lot of effect, and also it can prevent the opponent from getting not just a timing, but also a anticipation for your backhand punches, because sometimes they're coming straight and sometimes they're coming in from around the side. And I think Usyk really masters that very well. If that was a punch actually Pacquiao knocked out Hatton with, which is a wide left hand.
Y hasta aquí este reporte. Nos vemos en el siguiente video.